the disgusting episode of disgusting things that are happening to good people. And this one is the story of Richardson. What's her name? Carrie Richardson, runner for the Olympics, right? She's supposed to be amazing. I haven't looked into. I remember seeing a video like a week ago, like slow motion of her finishing a race, pointing at, I believe, the time stamp where she confident, like way before she even finished the race, like somebody who's so good it's effortless. Apparently, she's not able to compete because she was suspended for having THC in her system, which THC lasts a long time in your system. So it's one of them. Out of all of the drugs that you could take, quote unquote, all the substances you can take, weed is the thing that lasts the longest in your system, as far as I know from my zero research, but a lot of podcast listening to drug users. That marijuana, the cannabinoids, or something, there's receptors, there's things where for a solid month after you smoke, you can test positive, which is on itself ridiculous. The fact that anybody considers that a performance enhancing drug, it definitely helps athletes as far as recovery. CBD is widely used in athletics for reducing pain and inflammation. Instead of getting athletes addicted to opioids and actually harmful addictive drugs that are killing people by the millions in the world, I'm sure, versus weed that's never killed a human being in the history of mankind, is used as a race. The illegality of weed was born out of racism. They needed a reason to lock up black and brown people in the country. And William Randolph Hearst was worried that hemp would take over the paper industry, which he owned or had a big stake in, had many paper mills, and ran many newspapers. So he started the propaganda of marijuana. They invented the name of marijuana, and they put out propaganda articles and films and posters. Reefer Madness, where it's like you go crazy, jump out windows, and rape women. That's what weed does. And it's just used to control populations, and that's why certain places like China still views weed as an extremely dangerous drug that you should not take part in at all. But the reality is that it's one of the safest things you could put into your body, and some people think it actually helps your body, benefits. I mean, the CBD helps inflammation reduction, helps prevent a lot of illnesses and a lot of injuries. And, CBD has been known to reduce inflammation. And then on top of that, like the fact that weed lasts a long time in your system, the fact that it's not dangerous and has never killed a human being in the history of mankind, it's not a performance enhancing. It's not going to help her run better, may help her recover a little bit more, but it's not like steroids where it's like going to help her work out 10 times what she normally would, and recover exponentially faster. It just reduces inflammation, makes it a little less painful when your body's recovering. On top of all that, her mom apparently died. Yeah, some people are going to self-medicate, to cope with a loss of a family member. Which that shouldn't even be, like, weed in general, it's ridiculous. It is, just prehistoric, this delusion that weed is dangerous. And it's disgusting, and it's ruined. There's other examples of black women this year being discriminated against for stupid shit. Like there's this, which hopefully she gets tons of marijuana endorsements now that that is a thriving business in states where it's legal. You know, I could see Tyson Ranch, Mike Tyson's weed company, you know, endorsing her. That would make so much sense. But I'm sure there's a lot of athletic weed companies, like a lot of athlete-owned weed companies that should be sponsoring her. You know, on some level should be part of her brand. Lean into it. But the other thing that the Olympics are being racist about is these swimming caps. It's like, oh, you can't have that much hair. It's if you can't fit your hair into a normal swimming cap. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with you people? It's a swimming cap. It's like these like quote unquote rules that are clearly set up to discriminate against a specific population of people. And it's just, and that's what they were like. Weed. That's like the history of weed. That's why weed is illegal, so that people can get who are caught with it can be put in jail. That's why Texas is not a free place by any stretch of the imagination. Just because you can own guns and somebody with the ability to curl their finger can kill you at any moment, that's not freedom. And neither is having insane things be illegal, like weed, just to fill prisons to make money off of them. So it's ridiculous. You know, it's ridiculous.